Hi, I'm Jennifer Stay from Coloring Pages Bliss, and I'm here on top of beautiful Dowd Mountain here in Utah by Flaming Gorge. And I am coloring and having a fantastic time. I cannot believe how beautiful it is this evening, and it's absolutely silent. You can't get this in the city. It's fantastic, and I'm so sad we have to go home tomorrow. But I am having an absolutely wonderful time with something new. I'm working here in my coloring book with wet media, paint, and watercolors and water-soluble color pencils, and it's not soaking through my paper. It's like a miracle, but it's not. It's a cool trick, and I'm going to show you how to do it when I get home and back to my art studio. So I'll see you there, and I'll teach you how to do it so you can do this in your coloring book too. Hi, I'm back here in my art studio, and I'm just going to put a few finishing touches on this beautiful coloring page, and then I will reveal the magical art trick that I'm using to be able to use wet media here in my coloring book. So I'll hit fast forward and let you watch me finish up this coloring page. Okay, I think I'm going to declare this one finished, and I'm really happy with how it turned out and really excited that I finally found a way to use my wet media inside my coloring books. And now I'm going to go ahead and share with you how to do it. And the magic trick that makes all this happen is this fancy little art supply called gesso, and this is clear gesso, and it's a special art tool that is used to prepare surfaces for an art application. This one I've just picked up at this one was at Hobby Lobby, so really any art supply store you're going to find it. This is a Liquitex brand. It was $16, but I used my coupon, so it was quite a bit less than that, and I was a little nervous about the price because, you know, I tend to be very thrifty, and when I try something new, $16 on something new is quite a big investment for me. And so, but I'm really happy with the result, and I used very, very little to be able to do this entire coloring page. And so I think the $16 investment is going, well, less than that for my coupon, but this investment's going to go a long, long way. I know there's lots of brands of gesso out there that I've heard work equally as good as the Liquitex, and I've even heard some are better than this, but this is just what happened to be at my local craft store, so this is where I'm beginning. So go ahead and comment if you have some opinions on brands. I'd love to hear what works best. I know that you can prepare all kinds of papers and other surfaces with gesso. For instance, I know you can prepare papers like your Bible pages and do similar treatments to your Bible pages using gesso. So make sure you pick up the clear gesso. This allows it so that as it dries, you can still see the lines of your coloring page to come through and still be able to do your art. So all you need to do this is pick up some clear gesso. You're going to need some masking tape. This is just blue painter's masking tape. This is my favorite masking tape. I use this kind of tape all over my house. So pick up a roll of this. You'll find you'll use it for everything. I used a plastic palette knife to spread the gesso. You can use an old credit card or gift card to spread it. You can also use an old paintbrush that you don't care about anymore. But make sure it's something that you don't care about, because the gesso is a little odd. It leaves a almost sandpaper texture behind, which is great. It gives your paper a little extra tooth so it holds on to your media really good, but it is a little odd. So don't use your nice paintbrushes for this application. But I was really pleased with how this spread with my palette knife. So I'll show you how that worked. And then I used a little bit of wax paper to protect the pages below my the one I was treating with the gesso. So I'll show you how this is all done. It's really simple, and you can do wet media in your coloring page too. So let me go ahead and set up my workspace so I can show this to you. Okay, so I've gone through my coloring book and I picked out the next coloring page I'd like to use for my watercolors. I just recently got a new set of watercolor paint and I want to practice my brushing techniques and practice combining new colors, and so I think this simple coloring page in my coloring book is the perfect page for me to work on so I can practice different color combinations. I'm really excited about this page. So this is the one that I want to prepare with the clear gesso. So it's pretty simple. You need a piece of wax paper, and I've already cut one out here. And what I'm going to do is to protect the paper and my work surface and my book, because this is going to need to sit and dry overnight. The bottle says it takes 24 hours to dry before you should work on it, but mine dried really fast, so this worked just fine. So if you were preparing a Bible page or any coloring page, this process would be the same. And then just using my masking tape, I'm going to pull out a piece the right length, and I want to put as much gesso on this as possible, so if I decide to paint a background I can. So I'm going to just barely cover, but the idea is to hold the wax paper secure to my coloring page. So I'll just go ahead and hit fast forward and get the tape down. Okay, if I had a coloring book that wasn't spiral bound and it was open here, I'd probably lay another piece of wax paper right here to protect this page from getting any gesso on it. So now we have an area prepared and ready to go, and we're all protected, so gesso shouldn't get anywhere we don't want it to go. I'm just going to give it a gentle shake. I don't even know if it needs that. I just assume I shake kind of everything, so. And I've got my palette knife, and all I do is squeeze out some globs of it and start spreading a thin layer. And you can feel it's kind of gritty under your palette knife, and that's that tooth it's laying down to prepare your surface. And from what I understand, some of the other clear gessos leave less of that tooth. Now I can see a little bit where I've been because it's leaving a gloss of where it's wet, and of course it's sort of leaving a milky finish over the lines of the art, the black lines. So that's helping me see where I've been. And it is causing the paper to ripple, but once it dries, that ripple goes away. On my other coloring page, I did this twice. So I made two very thin layers of the gesso. And the main reason I did that was because when I finished and I walked away and I came back to it about 30 minutes later, when I drew my hand across it, it was already dry to the touch, and I could feel spots that I had missed with the gesso. So I just sat down and I did a really quick, probably even thinner layer than this one for the second layer. So that's probably what I'll do again. After this one, I'll come back in about 30 minutes and do a second coat. And then tomorrow morning, when I'm ready to do my painting, I can easily and carefully remove the masking tape, and I can reserve this wax paper if I want to for the next time I apply the gesso. And away I go. It's that simple. And this little art supply has officially preserved this paper and opened us up to a world full of opportunities. It's like magic. So, go out there, get yourself some clear gesso, put it in your coloring books, and I would love to see how you use it in your coloring art. Visit me at my website, coloringpagesbliss.com, or on Facebook. That would be a perfect place to share with me what you do with your clear gesso. I would love to see how you apply it. And if you'd like to see more tips like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment below what you'd like me to teach you, because I love sharing my talent with everyone and I love to see what you guys do with it. I hope you have a wonderful and colorful and wet day with your clear gesso. Have a great day. Bye-bye.